Hey guys, welcome to a new video. In this clip I will show you the progress of my plants, especially my bonsai, which I made from summer 2025 up until now. It's the progress of cutting back the leaves, how far they have grown back, again cutting them back in winter, which you usually do in autumn, also wiring them to give them a bonsai shape. And I also had some problems with fungus gnats, and like I promised, the Finnish bedroom makeover. So now I'm going to start with summer 25 to show you how the bonsai first looked. Usually you take care of the bonsai between spring and autumn, but I did the important cuttings in summer. In July I think I did them. The second cut I did in December, which is very late because as soon as the colder temperatures arrive, the bonsai also are not giving that much energy into growing. But it's not that big of a deal, especially because most of the bonsai that I have are exotic plants, or they are more accommodated to much more humidity and warm temperature. And since I'm living in Germany, even in summer, and especially summer 25, it wasn't really warm at all. It just rained for a whole month. So I don't think that it was that bad, because it was like spring conditions even in summer. And yeah, they are doing great so far. I will show you the progress now, and I hope you have fun watching the video. Hey guys, welcome! I am finally cutting my bonsai now. We are already in December, so it's long overdue. Usually a task that you do between spring and autumn. So stick around and see how I will shape and cut these bonsai. So here on my table I have my bonsai. This is the Ficus ginseng, and this is the before. I have a very long shoot here, which is naturally healthy because it strengthens the plant, but it definitely needs to be cut down. third bonsai that I have grown from seed. This one is a Queensland bottle tree, and here you can see that I have wired it because it's very simple. It's only one stem that goes out. It doesn't have any branches yet. This tree also has a very interesting root, and with each time you change the substrate, you can take it a little bit more out so that the root gets exposed. Last but not least is my favorite bonsai of all. These are actually two trees, also grown from seed. They're twisting up on each other. And also the Queensland bottle tree. I have cut the top off on this one, and now it's branching out like crazy. So it finally developed these unique leaves, and I'm very happy to see the growth of this. The first thing I will do is to disinfect the scissor that I am using to cut the trees. I am using disinfectant without any perfumes, it's just pure alcohol. Now I let that work for at least 30 seconds, and after that I will wipe off the disinfectant. So at first I have to see which of these branches are growing inwards or are starting from too far down the tree. These suckers, also called, need to get cut off. A good example is this one here, which is growing underneath an already existing branch. So this we don't want, it's growing down. So here we have the Fungus Gnats. These little ones I will cut off. Next, we have a larger Fungus Gnats with these huge branches standing out. They definitely need to be cut smaller. This one is also growing in the wrong direction because we have this one already here and this one is growing like upwards. We could bring it down maybe if I wire it, and then it wouldn't be so interrupting. So this big branch needs to be cut smaller. Now, when cutting smaller, I choose to cut right above a new leaf. And from this, you can make a new bonsai. So here I'm going to wire it down. Next we have our Queensland bottle tree. This one has some wire on it, so before doing anything I will take off the wire and see what we can cut. So this is the shape of the bonsai without the wire. It already has a nice starting S shape, I would say. And I love the front of it. I'm going to cut it here at the top so that it also starts making the branches with many leaves at once. There are not many changes made here. I just put the wire here further down to make it a little bit more into that S shape. And here at the top I did a cut. Last but not least, this very large Queensland bottle tree. So after thinking a little bit about what I'm going to do with this one, I have decided to take off all of these lower leaves. You can see I took off all of these lower leaves and I'm going to wire it. For my wire, I am just using a simple wire. I don't have bonsai wire, but I can recommend to use bonsai wire because it doesn't hurt the tree trunk as much as this unprotected, uncovered wire. Starting off with the Fungus Gnats. If you don't have a scissor to cut off the wire, then I will give you a tip. You can twist it and then just break it like that. And so far it looks like that. Now to the second Fungus Gnats. I wanted to put this a little bit down. This is how the bonsai looks like now. I have wired these bigger branches and I have also tried to put this a little bit down and this one. And lastly, I'm going to wire this very big Queensland bottle tree bonsai. So this is what my second Queensland bottle tree looks like at the end. I have put a lot of wiring here, but I'm very happy how it turned out so far. Of course, it's still going to grow and still going to shape, but yeah, let me know what you guys think. And finally, I will show you the finished bedroom makeover. Last video I showed you some first steps that I did, but now everything is finished. Actually, it is all finished for a while now, but I just didn't get to post the video yet. Yeah, it was a very nice experience actually, for my boyfriend and I, because he was doing some hardworking stuff like building the bed frame and stuff, also carrying a lot of stuff downstairs, upstairs. And for me, it was more like decoration and planning the stuff. I even got into feng shui. I know I have no clue about real feng shui, but it is such an interesting topic. And for example, because of the weirdly shaped roof in this room, I always wondered like, where exactly should I put the bed? Because I didn't really want it to take too much space of this room. Yeah, I thought I need to have free access to the windows. But then after watching some videos and reading some stuff, I understood that it's very important when there are two people that both sides of the bed are equally accessible, and also that you don't have any roof or ceiling coming down over your head while you sleep. And in this case, there's only one way I can put the bed in this room. So I'm really happy that it worked out, because we actually do sleep well there. It's much better than it used to be. With that, I also did a makeover in my living room. I remember I made a video about how I put a room divider, which were just some drapes. That's gone now. So now it's more like a living room, and we actually have a sofa now, and also this bad boy, which I really like the color of. Yeah, I'm really, really grateful that we could afford this. We actually got most of these new items in our house for a very little price. Some of them even free, because we are using an app that is connected with the neighborhood. And in the neighborhood, there's actually a lot of people that are giving stuff away for free, and it's crazy. I can highly recommend that. It's called Nebenan. So it, of course, only works if you're in Germany. And it's not a partnership or something. I think they are based on donations. So yeah, it's nice. I made a really nice experience there with the people. If you're living in Germany, I recommend to check that app out. Now, finally, I will show you the finished makeover. last but not least, of course, I had this big issue that I already showed on TikTok with fungus gnats. And this fungus gnats problem got really out of hand, especially with the new Dracaena that I've got. Even though I changed the soil, the substrate, right after I got the new plant, it was full of fungus gnats. The problem was actually that they multiplied so much that my walls were full of them, like especially over the new plant. And it was, for me, it was actually a stress factor. And I don't think that anybody would feel like, oh, it doesn't matter if I have bugs or something, like small creatures that fly from outside, or bees or something like that come through the window, it's okay. But this was actually very problematic for me to just accept, especially in the kitchen. For example, I would leave the closed mocha pot on the stove, and they somehow fly through this tiny hole of the mocha pot and die inside my coffee. And so I decided to buy 3 million nematodes. They are like small creatures that you dissolve in the water, and you put the water into your soil, and these little creatures are eating off the larva or the larvae of the fungus gnats. They not always do kill the mature fungus gnats, so you have to take care of that, also with these yellow sticky paper. So I invested in nematodes, in yellow sticky papers, and also in bird sand, which I put on top of the soil after I poured in the nematodes, because that makes it harder for the mature fungus gnats to fly out of the soil. So that is also a tip, maybe if you want to try it out first just with the sticky papers and the sand. Maybe that's an option, but I can highly recommend the nematodes. So far, I mean, they have not yet killed every fungus gnats, but only 2 plants which were infested the most, which is once the avocado, and second the big tricolor Dracaena. They are still standing outside. And yeah, now they are finally back. I'm so happy. It makes such a big difference to have plants inside your house, because for 2 weeks, no, for 3 weeks I think, all of my plants were standing outside in the stair hallway, like not outside in the cold, but where I keep my shoes. Yeah. Now that they're finally back, I'm so happy to just take a rest and to look at them and to be around them. And sometimes I know it's crazy maybe, but sometimes I talk to them. I'm just like giving off vibrations and just trying to stay positive whenever I look at my plants or whenever I'm perceiving them, because yeah, there are actually studies about how you treat your plant and how well it grows. And so why not try it out? That also gives me a reminder to be calm, to be happy, to stay grateful. I don't know, maybe it would help you too. So just grab a plant. Sometimes you can get them for free somewhere, so I can recommend, if you're not such a plant lover yet, maybe you will become one. So here are the clips that I took from the nematodes experience. thank you guys for watching this whole video. I am very grateful for every like, every subscribe and every comment. It helps me out a lot and it keeps me motivated to maybe post more regularly. It's so much fun to just experience this opportunity that I have given here. And yeah, at the end of this video I'm going to show you the most up-to-date pictures of my plants that are now standing inside of my house. And I wish you all a wonderful week. Stay healthy, stay happy, stay joyful. Allow yourself to feel happy in life. And I will see you on the next one. Bye bye. Also, look at this bonsai, by the way. I'm so proud of myself that I wired it so nicely, that I took the risk and actually took off all these leaves, because I think it's so unique, and I'm so happy that this bonsai is so healthy and is actually playing along with my crazy torturing skills that are not really skillful, but I'm really happy for the health status of this plant and how beautiful it actually is. It makes me really happy to have this one around.